Okay, we are going to do part 2, substitution. These are a little bit more complicated and there are some more steps to them. And this will help you complete your worksheet that's assigned. All right, so the first example I'm going to do is 2x plus 3y equals 12. X minus 4y equals negative 5. Okay, so if this is my example, notice that like example number 2, we had y equals x plus 1. And then we just plugged in x plus 1 when we saw y. But notice for this example, we don't have one of our variables by itself. So the first step is we need to get x or y by itself. So the easiest one is I can get x by itself pretty easily. It's not being multiplied by anything, and I can do that by adding 4y. So I'm going to add 4y to the other side. Remember, to get rid of something, we do the opposite of it. So the opposite of subtraction is addition. We're going to bring it over to the other side. So then I'm left with x equals 4y minus 5. So I had 4y minus 5. You could also do negative 5 plus 4y. Same thing. All right, so now I have a variable all by itself. And these are my two equations. I've got 2x plus 3y equals 12, and x equals 4y minus 5. Okay, so every time I see an x, I'm going to put 4y minus 5. So let's do that. So let's take this equation, and every time we see an x, we're putting this. So I've got 2. Oh, there's an x. So instead of writing x, I'm putting 4y minus 5. The reason I'm putting parentheses is because 2 is being multiplied by x, which means that 2 is being multiplied by 4y minus 5. Now I'm going to add 3y, and this equals 12. Okay, now I'm going to simplify it. I'm going to distribute my 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 4y is 8y. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Plus 3y equals 12. So all I did there is I distributed my 2. Now I'm left with 8y minus 10 plus 3y. I can combine like terms. If you guys remember, I can do 8y plus 3y. So 8 plus 3 is 11. So I have 11y minus 10 equals 12. Awesome. Okay, now I have to get y by itself. So the opposite of negative 10 is positive 10. So I'm going to add 10, add 10. So I got 11y equals 12 plus 10 is 22. Now, 11 is being multiplied by y. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide by 11. Divide by 11. Y equals 22 divided by 11 is 2. If you need to use your calculator for any of this, definitely do that. So after all this work, I've found that y equals 2. But remember, when we're solving for systems, we're not quite done. We still have to find out what x equals. In order to do that, I put 2 in for y. So let's go back up here. These are my two equations I started with. And I want to find out what x would equal. So I don't know, you can use either equation, whatever you want to use. I'm going to use the first equation. So I've got 2x plus 3y equals 12. Well, I know that y equals 2, So now I'm going to write 2x plus 3 times 2 equals 12. And then I have 2x. 3 times 2 is 6. Now I want to get x by itself. So I'm going to subtract